Hi, this is Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. So in this video, it's basically going to be a guide to my first lace wig. So recently I decided that I wanted to do something a little different. I got a lace wig to try. Of course, it looks amazing in video, but I'm going to tell you guys about my experience and just some things that you should know before you buy a lace wig. Now, this is not going to be a full review into this particular wig. That is going to be a separate video that will also be uploaded soon. But this is just going to be some tips and tricks, some things to know if you're interested in trying a lace wig, what you should know before you get it, and some things to keep in mind. So especially if you're a wig or weave wearer and you kind of want to take the dive into full wigs. So if you want to learn more, keep watching. So basically just some quick background on what made me decide to try wigs and why you can see the wig is not being worn in this actual video. I usually wear U-part wigs, and every I'm gonna say twice a year I try to have a point where I'm putting all my hair away. So whether it be braids or crochet braids, cornrows, or some kind of hairstyle where I'm not really manipulating my hair, just to give all my hair a break. Also, I kind of, in terms of scheduling in life, it's been really busy. I'm at this point 14 weeks post relaxer because I just haven't really made the time to get one. So now I was like, while I'm waiting for my appointment to come up, let me try some different things. So one of the things I decided to try was lace wigs. So unfortunately, I do not have a picture of what I did with my actual real hair, but basically I had about 14 small cornrows all going back, and then my hang time, as you would call it, I sewed that back up to each cornrow with weave thread, so then I would be able to wear the wig. So I'm just gonna go through my process of what I did after that, to kind of the process of purchasing the wig, me actually preparing the wig to wear it, and then wearing the wig and what it was like. So next, let me talk about actually the process of buying the wig. Okay, so once my hair was braided down, which it's funny, I actually braided it to do crochet, but then I had the crochet box braids and that didn't quite work out the way that I thought it would. So then my next plan was, I already have my hair braided down, let me go and buy a wig. So at first I was trying the more traditional wigs that weren't lace, that are just kind of have like the closure at the center part in the middle, and the bangs are longer, and because I do have like a lower hairline and a smaller forehead, the bang would be like mid-nose and I can't see anything, so clearly that's not gonna work. And then if we're talking about trimming a wig, because it was my first one, I was a little nervous to buy a wig that I was gonna automatically start trying to style myself, because I'm like, if that works out badly, and this was a Sunday, and it's like I have to go to work tomorrow and figure something out, so let's come up with a plan quick. So then I was like, well, let me try a lace wig and then see how it looks. And then I tried these lace wigs, and some were okay, but they weren't really to my liking. Then I found this wig that I thought was awesome, which they did not have in stock in the color that I wanted. So then I went to a whole host of other wig stores, driving all over the place, and then I finally found this wig. So this wig, basically trying on the wigs in the store, I had to purchase a wig cap before I was able to try on the wig. So there was 2 wig caps in the pack. I think it was for $1.50, and basically I only needed one at the time. I put it on, and then I was able to try on the different wigs. The people at well, all the beauty stores I went to, because I went to a couple of them, they were really helpful. Some more helpful than others. You kind of really just want to know what you're looking for. Again, these people are salespeople. That's their job, is to make sure you spend some money in their store. So some were a little pushy and were like, listen, get this blonde red wig, even though it's not what you want, you look amazing in it. And some of them were like, let me know what you're looking for, I can see if I can help you find something. If not, I hope you find what you're looking for eventually. So definitely some places were more helpful, but it was really a process, and it definitely took all day long to find one wig. So like with weave, there's different kinds of wigs. You have human hair wigs, synthetic wigs. Because this was my first lace front wig, I decided to get a synthetic wig. I wasn't sure how long I was going to wear it, what the process was going to be in terms of my hair, or how I was going to feel about it. especially since I did try a lace closure in the past and I did not like it at all. So I was like, let me not invest a lot of money in this wig because I need to make sure I actually like it first. So that's why I ended up going the synthetic route. So I will show you the hair. This is a sensational wig. Like I said, I'm going to have a whole video that's just a review on this wig alone. And it is like a reddish color. I figured if I'm going to get something different that all my hair is hidden, I might as well go all out and get either red or blonde. So I decided to go red. And this is the wig here. So as you can see, this is the lace part. I did tweeze it at the end, so I'll put that closer to the camera. So as you can see, boom, with my hand behind it, the bottom is wider than the top just because that's where I tweezed that. And it did make it look slightly more natural, but I mean, it still looked wiggy in the end. And it kind of looked cute. I got a lot of compliments when I was wearing it. Like, people like, oh, something different. But I didn't like it, and I will continue to tell you why I did not like it. So my main issue with this lace wig, which I'm not sure if it's going to be a problem with all wigs, is that it was extremely itchy. So all this part in the front with like all of this edge part with the lace, it felt like my forehead was on fire. Like, at the beginning of the day, I was cool. I put it on in the morning. Everything was fine. Then also, by the time it was lunchtime, I'm like, a little scratch here, a little poke there. And by the time I got home from work, I was ripping this wig off as soon as I stepped foot in the house. Like, it was very itchy. I do have extremely sensitive skin, so that's probably a part of the reason why I had more issues with the lace on my skin compared to what the average person would have. But it was so itchy and it was not fun. And that was one of the negative drawbacks. So even though I was able to cut the lace minimally, so as you can see, it's very little lace left. Like when you see what I left on here. And that was really just to keep the baby hairs attached to it. But so it was barely any lace. So for it to be itching like that, I was like, that's crazy. And then on top of that, in New York, the weather was like misty-ish, rainy-ish. This was a couple weeks ago. And the inside of the wig, basically, it looks so much better now, but you can see it down here. It got poofy, and at a point it was like locked up, and I had to just really brush it out, and so much wig hair came out. Which, I mean, this is part of the synthetic game. You see this? It's like, that looks crazy. Who's trying to go out on the street with hair like that? But this is part of the synthetic game, that it's just that you have to, it can't get wet by any means necessary. And I really, I thought the rain, like I wore a baseball cap on the top of it in the front, and I had an umbrella, but it was windy and it's not really something that I could control. So that's why and also after the rainy misty days, we had a day where it was like blazing hot. And then when, you know, you get hot and sweat on the back of your neck, it makes you get the bird nest in the back. So that was another thing, especially wearing human hair for all these years, I was not used to for a long time. I was just like, but I can't get my fingers through the back. I was so upset. And I was really upset. I was so upset. So but yeah, so that was definitely another thing to take into consideration, that if you do get synthetic hair, this is not necessarily lasting as long as you get human hair. But because it was my first wig, I didn't want to invest in getting a $200 human hair wig, and then God forbid I had the same lace itchy allergic reaction situation. I would have been extremely upset that I spent that much money. So those are definitely some of my wig experiences. So now I'm going to get more into the actual fit and kind of how I had it on my head. So I just wanted to come back to you with the wig on an actual wig head, so that way you guys could kind of get a better look of how this wig used to look. So it has like this little humpy kind of swoop part, and then this is the actual part. So I'm gonna come in a little more, that way you can see where I tweezed it. So on the white, it's very clear to see. This is the beginning where I tweezed the most, leading up to the back, and this is what the part just naturally looks like back here. So it's just naturally that thin all the way through. So I tweezed it a little more to the front so that way it could look natural. So here, I'm gonna get, look. So this was my one struggle with the wig. I kept pulling it up, pulling it back, pulling it up, pulling it back, because I liked how it looked with the bang right here. So as you can see, like, that looks cute. Like, okay, you got the little swoop, and then you got this part kind of coming down a little bit. I like that. But as you can see with my hairline, I have all of this right here. So in order for the wig to sit like this on my head, it was back here. So now I have all this hair that was out that I'm trying to account for. So what I ended up doing was having to do this. Pull the wig forward that way. And you see how little forehead she has left. So that's basically what I was looking like. And then up here now you have like this little cone thing at the top. So people didn't notice it, and I was like asking my friends, like, can you see like this little hump at the top? I feel like a cone head. But they were like, no, you can't see it. But I felt it like right here. There's like a little double track right here in order to make this swoop, and it felt like it was at the zenith of my head, and like I was a cone head. So I was not really feeling that. The part is really nice. Also, another thing is, because it was itching so bad, it itched less when I didn't wear the wig cap. So I didn't have this clear cut of a colored line like how some people would if they wear like that tan colored wig cap underneath, because I could not last with the wig cap. Like, I had the wig cap on and it was itching so bad the first time I wore it. Like, by the time it was lunchtime, I went in the restroom, took off my wig, and took off that wig cap. And I was like, no, let me put it back on, let me readjust it and try to figure this out. And as you can see, there was a lot of finagling with the wig. So I would definitely say, if you are interested in trying a wig, this is not a Sunday project. I don't know, unless you have Mondays off. But this was a really like haphazard decision, because there were so many things that needed to be finagled. This wig could have heat on it, so I was able to like put a little curling iron wand in it and then kind of finesse it a little bit. But I have to be careful because it can only go up to 400 degrees. But yeah, wigs take a lot of customizing. There's no, I mean, maybe there's certain wig brands that if you research, you can wear the wig right out the package. But you see this? Look, I'm trying to get my fingers through it as I speak, and it's like, see that? No, that's why I'm not doing this one no more. But yeah, so it's a lot of finagling, a lot of tweezing and plicking. And some people, if you really want to get into it, it's like, get the makeup and put that in the part, and then blend the makeup on top of your real hair, and it's too much for something that's supposed to be easy on. And I just put it on top of my head and finesse it and make it work. That wasn't, it's a lot more than it seems. When you see these YouTube videos, I definitely get caught up in the magic too, where I'm just like, I'm gonna get me a wig and put it on and put a little makeup and it's gonna look amazing. And that wasn't the case at all. It's definitely a lot more work than that. Not this wig, but the other wig I purchased that was the wig I really wanted. I was looking up the videos for that wig after I had this experience, and I was looking at people and I was just like, it don't just go that easy. What are y'all doing? There's something y'all must be doing before you start the camera rolling, because I bought the same wig and it's not working like that for me. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, it was definitely a fake quick fix. I was able to rock it for a week and kind of put away my real hair, but it wasn't something, like I said, because it itched so much, it just was not going to be for me. So like I said, definitely something to take into consideration if you have sensitive skin, sensitive scalp, or any kind of situation like that. Another thing I forgot to mention is that I don't know if this is a part of me having an allergic reaction to the wig, but my dandruff was excessive. Like the week after, I didn't sew the wig down. I took it off every night. But the week after, and I used my regular hair greasing lotion oil regimen. Not grease, but oil and cream regimen. When I looked at the parts in between my braids after a week, I had the same amount of dandruff that I would have if I didn't wash my hair for 3 weeks. Like, it was so much dandruff. So again, I don't know if that was my skin having some kind of reaction to the actual wig, because like I said, I did not wear a wig cap most of the time I was wearing this wig. But that was another thing where I was just like, I have all this dandruff. My edges and scalp, my edges and my forehead skin feel like they're on fire from this lace. this is just not a good experience for me. But I definitely think, I mean, to each his own. I see a lot of people. I have another wig and I'm still going to try it again just to make sure that it's not just this wig's lace. Maybe I'm allergic to all lace. We're about to find out a couple months from now. But I definitely want to give wigs another chance. But just, there's a lot to keep in mind when you're going to try a wig for a first time. So I know there's a lot of, wigs for beginners and my first wigs and all these different situations trying to lure people into wearing wigs that have never worn wigs before. But definitely keep these things in mind before you purchase a wig. And I also want to add, in addition to keeping those things in mind, it was drying to my edges. Like, the wig sucked all the moisture out of my edges. I was using Organic Root Stimulator Temple Balm, and when I wear my U-part wigs and use the Temple Balm, my edges stay moist for 24 hours. Like, until the next morning at the same time, my edges are moist. I would put product and stuff on my edges, and as soon as I took the wig off, it was like desert around the edges, but yet the rest of my hair stayed moist. So I'm like, is that because the lace wig is rubbing? Is that why people are having issues with their edges falling out and edges and traction alopecia from wigs? Like, I definitely, that was something that I really noticed, and I was like, oh, I have to be mindful of that. So instead of once a day, twice a day, I started applying moisturizer to my edges just to make sure that they would be healthy and intact, because, you know, you gotta hold on to these edges. So just some things to keep in mind, again, for if you're going to try a wig, specifically a synthetic wig, and if you never worn a wig before. So I would definitely say try it. I think everybody has their own unique experience. Don't spend a whole lot of money. I would say I kind of wish I would have got a human hair wig that maybe was on the closer to the lower end of the spectrum. So I spent, I want to say $40, $45. Maybe get a human hair wig that costs $60 if it's your first one. That way you won't have any of the synthetic hair problems. But if you do end up being allergic to the lace, you don't like it, you feel like it's rubbing your edges out, you didn't waste a terrible amount of money. But I don't know, I'm going to give the wig thing another try. But this was just my first go at it. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Again, this was a sensational wig, and my next video is definitely gonna be a full review on the wig, and with the exact pricing, everything, information, and showing you guys the packaging, so that way you guys could really get more information about the wig specifically. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents about my experience trying lace wigs for the first time. So I hope it was helpful to you guys, and if you have any more questions about wigs or weaves, please leave it in the comments, and maybe I'll be able to do a video to share more information with you guys. Alright, so have a great day, and thanks for watching.